that consuming my head. Yeah, you take off a little conflict in your way, and I'm not good at winning fights anymore. I'm just a needle in the hay.
I flew in on a Sunday morning, and as you saw in the intro, I rented a bike for this trip, and I was meeting the guy I was renting the bike from at Ely, the golf course. So I grabbed my clubs, hopped on the Fife Coastal Path, and walked to Ely. Ely was sublime. I can't decide between it or North Berwick as my favorite course on the trip. It's got 16 par 4s, yet just endless variety. It kind of set the theme that back nines just hit a little different in Scotland. 10 had this blind tee shot where once you crested the top of the hill, there was this awesome reveal of the ocean behind the green and some really striking rocks, not too dissimilar to what you see here. 11 was a little par 3 right next to the beach. 12 and 13 were some of the best holes on the trip. They sit underneath this massive ridge that just looms over that section of the course. The 13th green is as far as you get from the clubhouse and has some really strategic pot bunkers around it and just a really cool part of the course. Anstruther, a little 9-holer sitting above the ocean. 5 had to be the craziest hole I played on the trip. Basically a dogleg par 3. It trumps 7 at Cape Ann for the wildest par 3 I've ever played. As you've seen in some of the clips already shown, courses in Scotland are very much in town.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Don't want to take your head off.
I'm hiding.
This lady was exploring the castle on the course, and I was worried I was going to hit her. So most of the courses I played weren't set behind a gate or down some long access road. You're going to run into people out there, and that's just part of the experience. The best compliment I can give to Crail is I could barely walk at this point in the trip. I had blisters the size of quarters on my feet, but it was still one of the most pleasant walks I've ever had in all of golf. Now let's watch me hit this shank. When it became clear that I would be going on this trip solo, I decided I wanted biking to be my main way of getting around. A lot of people, myself included at times, thought this was kind of crazy. Because let's face it, lugging your golf bag around on the back of a bike on a once-in-a-lifetime Scotland golf trip is a bit crazy. But it's amazing how securely a milk crate, some zip ties, and bungee cords can rig a Jones bag to the back of a bike. I moved slower on the bike. It allowed me to see more and stop on the side of the road pretty much anywhere I wanted to. I remember the first bike ride back to my rental from Ely, feeling this really amazing feeling of accomplishment. I anticipated this trip for so long, and in the back of my mind, I was always a bit nervous about the biking. Like, are you really going to be able to do this? But on that first ride, I just kept thinking, well, you're doing it. And that felt really, really good. There was one incident, though.
I'm a beached whale, y'all. Made a wrong turn. Coastal path up there, it's about yay wide. My pedals just get stopped by the tall grass and the ridges of the dirt. I thought maybe come down on the beach, sand will be hard packed enough. Nope, not even close. The tires have taken on way too much sand. So I have to somehow get the bike back up that grassy dune, back onto a bigger path, which I don't know if it exists. Knew something like this would happen at some point on this trip. So, here it is. Found a better path. Came out to Dumbarnie Golf Links. I think there's going to be some cart paths for me to get back to the main road. Let's watch some shots here. Sweet, sweet pavement. Thank you, Lord. Time for a well-deserved lunch.
I would liken the experience of playing North Berwick to drinking a really old and expensive bottle of wine. I like wine, but I'm sure some of its tasting notes are lost on people like me. Don't get me wrong, I'm really into golf course architecture. I know the template holes, I know the redan, the Biarritz, and the punch bowl. But I imagine to many people, they're just greens with some different shape and slopes to them. And they probably have no idea they're being copied on golf courses being built to this day. I think a lot of the genius of North Berwick and a lot of Links courses is revealed with multiple plays. I think that's kind of the curse of trips like this, is balancing seeing as many places and playing as many courses as possible versus staying in one place for a couple days and just really getting a sense of it and enjoying the course multiple times. All that being said, North Berwick has more than enough natural beauty and fun holes to make it probably my favorite course on the trip.
Oh, great shot.
The Old Course was the most anticipated round of my life. When you visit places that you've been dreaming of going to for so long, I think it's really hard to set aside your expectations and just be present. And that kind of distraction, I guess, is only amplified when you get out there. Because playing the Old Course is more chaotic than you can imagine. There's 2 pins on nearly every green, groups are crisscrossing, you're hitting into, you're hitting over people, pedestrians are walking around. It's also visually chaotic. The land just rolls and undulates, and there are humps and bumps as far as the eye can see. Not to mention the yellow gorse, so it all adds up to this almost disorienting visual experience. I really struggle to differentiate the holes, and I have never struggled to know how far I was from a pin more than at the Old Course. The Old Course kicked my ass, golf-wise. I did this on 18, which is just a great way to hit a shot you've been waiting years to hit. I don't think you can separate the Old Course from the town of St. Andrews. While I'm still kind of scratching my head and trying to process the golf course 5 months later, I know I love the town of St. Andrews. All of the golf history, the beach, all of its old buildings and the university make it a really fun place to just spend time in. If I were to go back tomorrow, I could see myself spending a couple days exploring the town and not even picking up a club. I like the town that much. But inevitably, the clubs and the Old Course would start calling my name, and I'd go back out for another round. The game stays the game and will always lure us back. Thank you very much for watching. I have one more thing to say and a few more things to show. I've been a few places in my life, not many, but a few. I've been to the coast of Italy, I've been to the Rocky Mountains, I've been to the outback of Australia, but I've never seen a place more beautiful than the rolling countryside of Scotland.
How many be right up to the gate, like with your eyes, and it was appalling. We said caressing it on our feet. These are the is everything that will keep it from all going down. And you're sad.